Alright, this is test 2. I did some adjustments on the PIDs. I'm really hoping I didn't go too high, or I know that nothing's going to be too low, but I lowered D because I had some oscillation, faster oscillation, even though on this fast oscillations are slow. But if you have too much D, you'll have a high pitch or a faster pitch oscillation, and too much P will cause a slower oscillation. I'm going to try one more static test, like, in other words, setting it and then coming out here and trying it before I actually go and set a range on a slider, and I'll be able to set a range of where I think it's going to be, and then adjust that slider until we get some oscillation and then back off of it. Walkera has this thing tuned super sluggish, like sloppy. And they do that because of for camera video, but I still think it needs to be a little sharper. And plus, PIDs, get out of whack as time goes on because motors and ESCs and all that stuff are not performing like they used to. So you definitely want to adjust your PIDs and get your PIDs a little bit better, a little bit tuned for the wear. Now, I don't need to do a compass calibration because we're good on that. I definitely need to tune the accelerometer. That bottom left motor doesn't spin up, so I need to do a calibration on that. There's still a little bit of oscillation. That probably will go away with weight. That's max throttle. This thing has no throttle. That's the only gripe I have about this unit. I think it might get better with 13-inch props. It's running 16. Maybe even go down to a 15. I'm going to try a 13 and see what happens. I think 13 might be too small. But a 15 or a 14, a 15, you might get more flight time, and it may give it a little more punch. Right now, that's not too bad, but there's a couple props that aren't balanced too. Oh, and the retract problem on the left retract was loose retract screws. Now it goes all the way up. It had one screw for the retract in the retract that was coming out, and it was binding it up, so that was definitely causing a problem. And now it's perfect. It definitely changes the characteristics of the flight when you raise them. I can tell that now, for some reason, I'm gonna have to adjust throttle hover because it's kind of hard to get the middle. The middle is like really see. And then I get too much. That's adjustable. Boy, the wind is really buffeting the crap out of this thing. Let me try a loiter with all that wind. That's loiter. Of course, it's going to be all over the place in this wind, man. The wind's blowing 20 miles an hour at least. I'm pointing, I'm pointing away from it, so it's to my back, and so you're not going to hear it. Let me turn into it, and you'll probably hear it blowing the microphone pretty good. It comes in gusts. I mean, this is the end of that cold front storm we had come through here on Tuesday, and the backside of these fronts, when they get here, we really get a lot of wind. Because the air gets sucked off the Gulf. Look, we're having and that's with my house in the way too. But we get these nice little breezes, and they get heavy enough to cause this thing to buffer around. Of course, it's not weighted down either without the camera and gimbal on it. Let's try return to launch and see if we actually come back right where it needs to be accurately. I can tell the PIDs are a little too tight on P. I'm gonna turn it down some. It's really a little jerky now. Also, return to land speed and stuff has been adjusted on this compared to the 350. So it's trying to get back home a little faster than the 350 is set up. That's why it jerked when it got to the stop point where the GPS is. Had a lock on. Alright, so that works. It flies good. I mean, doesn't seem to want to get away from you. It kind of turns around a little bit, but that's inertia and that's the vibration coming from the prop that's out of balance. That vibration's making it to the flight controller and it's wreaking havoc on the accelerometer. So that's why we have a lot of changes going on. And I just heard it too. No wait, that's kind of weird. Yaw doesn't actually go side to side. Something got switched. And it's not going forward and backwards anymore. Uh-oh. I may have found a bug. It's flying this way now. Now it's working. What the hell's going on with that? It was almost like a simple mode. Oh, I bet you simple mode is activated on stabilize in the flight mode section. I turned it off in channel 7 and 8. I don't want to get too crazy with it because, man, if you mess up with this, it's coming down and you're breaking shit. Check out the, let's put it in loiter and then check out the retract operation there. Yeah, what was happening when that screw was coming out, it was starting to buck and it was jerking the unit all around in the air. Kind of bobbling around in the wind. It's not exceptionally stable, but I think the vibration coming from the props is really causing a lot of problem with it wanting to stay in one place. So I'm going to get those props balanced and I'm going to see how much smoother things get then. I'm going to have to investigate super simple mode, but I'm pretty sure that's what caused that issue. Alright, that's flight test 2 on tuning the X800. Thanks for watching.